Welcome, ladies and gents. We got some Ghost Lake action, low elo legends. In the red, playing as a classic civilization, the Huns, we have Enos? Inus? I don't know. Something like that. And then in the blue, we have Old Timer the Gray. Old Timer the Gray playing as the Poles. Poles, obviously a newer civilization, and they played much differently than other civs because they have the full work. So, I don't know. At 350 elo, I'm going to assume that blue knows about that. I also think Poles are, like, really good for low rank because a lot of low rank players like their bases to look pretty. And placing farms around full works is always really satisfying. So, we shall see. Old Timer the Gray versus Red. And Red just destroying every single sheep underneath the TC right now. I swear, it's like crazy to me how many things in Age of Empires 2 you find out over like many years that aren't otherwise very obvious. And the big one I would say that's not obvious, that you wouldn't know if you don't listen to a streamer or someone in the video or talk to someone about it, is the decay for dead animals, right? Like, it's less efficient to kill these sheep like this than it is to take one at a time. Now, is it huge? Well, I don't know the exact math on that, but it's not ideal. The thing is, Red doesn't have any clue. And maybe, maybe Red does have a clue and Red doesn't really seem to care. Now, there's actually a lot of sheep on this map. There's a lot of extra sheep in the middle. So that's kind of the big thing with Ghost Lake. There's 15 sheep still out there that haven't been collected. So you can get a lot of extra food. If you're playing Ghost Lake, I would suggest that you move out and you scout the ice first, and then you come back to your base. Now, if they both auto-scout, blue could be favored because blue, the auto-scout typically gravitates towards the right corner. So yeah, this is auto-scout. Look, this is what I mean. So auto-scout has found 2 extra sheep, and since blue started in the west, Old Timer the Gray here is probably going to run into even more sheep headed over towards the corner. And then Red's going to get there after blue because Auto Scout has started in the right corner. See what I mean? So double Auto Scout. And at least I think so. I think blue pulled the scout back, though. I think blue said, nope, you've gone too far. So 275 elo. Can someone look up Red's account on AoE2 Insights? I'm curious how many games are played here for Red. Because I think a conversation that needs to be had, I think a tweak that needs to be looked at for the dev side of things is I think they do need to somehow... I would like to see it be a better experience for people when they first start initially playing ranked. Because, like, for a lot of people, let's say they end up being like 650 elo in skill, which is actually pretty solid. You got to lose a lot of games to get down there. What I find is people, after they play like 3 games or 4 games and they've just got completely stomped by like 1,000 elo players, they might not play a lot. But the thing is, the rare ones, the people who continue to play despite losing a lot, they make it down here eventually. And then the games can be pretty even. That's what I tell everyone. Apparently, this player has 1,381 games, almost always plays as the Huns. So this guy is a true low elo legend. This guy's been around the block. Over 1,000 ranked 1v1s. Let's go. And probably played everyone very similar to this. Early mill to take the deer, now to take the boar as well. I used to do this all the time when I started. You don't even see it that frequently in low elo. Building mills for deer and for boar. And then the mining camp. This is what we call a low elo mining camp. It is there for the stone and the gold. One mining camp for both, right? In the low elo mine, you consider it maximum efficiency. More experienced players will think that it's relatively inefficient, just like maybe taking the straggler trees, but hey, it's what gets the job done. Now, blue didn't actually find a lot of the extra sheep, and so red is going to find that now. But guys, the thing to pay attention to with red is not where the villagers are moving or anything. It's actually the amount of villagers. Red has 17 seconds of TC idle time this game. That's better than like 1300 elo at times. So Red is like really utilizing the lack of houses for the Huns and never getting pop blocked. It just makes life really easy to play. And sure, the villagers have walked, like the villager cardio is higher than other economies, but still Red has the general idea here and seems to be in a pretty good spot. Now, I'm curious on Blue. I want to see, like, will Blue place farms around the Folwark? What is Blue's plan with the poles? What does Blue know about the poles? What I'd suggest is, like, yeah, villagers on stone, because you get a little bit of gold from that, too. Rush the farm upgrades and just farm like a madman in the back. Maybe even Stonewall, too. Extra sheep coming into the town here for Red. We'll see what Red's plan is. I mean, Red's definitely going to have enough stone for a castle when Red makes it to Castle Age. Red does not strike me as a player who is going to attack in Feudal. And honestly, probably not a player who attacks in Castle. This is 300 elo. So I think it's going to be like kind of a SimCity base with some defensive buildings and then maybe an imp they'll attack. Like, even for Blue, it doesn't seem like Blue's going to be very aggressive here either. So, yeah, I just had to remind myself. We're talking 300 elo. We did 500 elo before, and even then we didn't see a lot of attacking until the later stages. So on that note, live viewers, what is one thing that you did, or I guess maybe even still do, that, you know, might not be very efficient, but made sense to you when you played this game as a kid or, you know, back in the day? Is there anything that, like, Lowy the Legend players do or that you used to do? Anything along those lines that just stands out to you? I used to build a tower on every single resource. Like tower, 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 tower. I would just tower everything because I figured if I got attacked, I'd have defense. Someone says stone walls ASAP. Okay. Towers next to gate. Ah, that's cool. I like that. Ooh, is Red doing the farm thing? Where your farms can be in a perfect square if you place them one tile away from the TC. Just passing. I think, so, obviously with poles, this kind of solves the problem because of the size of the Folwark. But the only way to get your farms in a perfect square around the TC is if you have a one tile gap between the farm and the TC. This seems intentional to me. I think Red is doing this so the base looks perfect. Because again, what good is winning if your base looks awful? Part of what's fun for these guys is the base looking nice. So yeah, this seems intentional. Okay, well this is an example of something that other people maybe did. Someone said I would shift-click all my sheep. I would shift-click all my sheepvilles to all the sheep, then space them out. I learned that from a Lel game. Okay. Ah, so you, like, pre-shift-click your sheep. Well, that's kind of a new thing, though, right? Because, like, shift-clicking is a 2019 thing. Which, I guess, is 5 years ago now, but... I guess it depends when you came back, when you played the game. Still no farms yet for Blue, but Blue doesn't necessarily need to rely on that next. Yet. Red doesn't have a single eco upgrade, but Red has brought in way more resources because Red just has more workers. Red has more vills. Look at the spacing here as well. Red has 5 on gold, 5 on stone. Perfectly balanced. There's something about Red which is just so satisfying to watch. Whoa, 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 whoa. 10 mining, 10 on wood, 10 on berries. About to be 10 underneath the TC. Huh? Is he calculating this? Is he gonna... Don't tell me he stops. Yo, what? He actually just stopped. And now he goes feudal age. This is the build order! This is the Innis build order. We gotta watch his Rex. There's no way this is a chance, right? This has to be intentional. 10, 10, 10, and 10. Yeah, this is T90. This is the 4x10 This is the 10x4 build order. Come on, man. You don't know that build? Are you stupid? Kind of reminds me of, like, I guess greater example, one of my legends is Dark Elf. Dark Elf, though, will only put, like, the female villagers on certain tasks and the male villagers on certain tasks. And his farms are always perfect. And he makes his houses around his farms. And he makes a pretty base. The dude's like 900 elo, by the way. Still playing all the time. I have to do another Dark Elf video. Dark Elf is crazy. He's actually so good. Because the things that he does makes it harder to be successful in the game. And he's still 800 or 900 elo. All right, blue on the way to Castle Age. So blue definitely more of a standard economy, right? Like didn't send a lot on stone and gold early. Understood to get the buildings up in time. Red is a player who would probably stack buildings on the edge of the map. Okay, I'm very wrong. Blacksmith, barracks on the front, market. Interesting how it's evenly spaced. And I think red is going to wait for horse collar before building the rest of these farms. Tons of vills in queue. I don't think red will ever cancel this queue either. So I'm guessing red lost a lot of games after being attacked before red was prepared. But eventually at this elo, other people just don't attack. And yeah, this is what we talked about with the farms. Look how nice the farms look compared to what they would look like normally. 44 seconds of TC idle time is so crazy low. And he's brought in 1,500 more resources. But he is not a player who I think will attack at all. Look at the way he spaced his buildings. It's like mill, blacksmith, barracks, market, stable. Is he going to go archer range then? I mean, blue can make one knight and this is game over. Like, I think red might just resign if one knight shows up. Or if blue were to just drop the castle on red's face, it would end the game too. Oh, don't tell me he's a completionist. Oh, he's gonna have to get all the text before he goes castle. Of course. How did I not predict this? Of course he is. He's probably gonna get bloodlines from the stable. He's gonna get every tech. You have to complete feudal age before you can go to castle age, guys. It's like you know, he wants to have 100% tech score at the end of the game. Now, blue is 350 elo. Blue's better at getting to castle age, but blue isn't ready to combine attacking and booming yet. So blue's just going to stay at home. Blue did see these farms. Dude, I would be so intimidated. That is... I mean, it's really bothering me. We're missing a farm. Come on, red. Make one more farm, please. It's almost perfect. But yeah, if I rolled into town and scouted that, I'd be really intimidated. Red is still just going to make sure those techs complete. Blue's going to drop a castle there. Sam says 275 elo is low elo, question mark? Well, yeah. Normally people are like show up, they're like 900 elo themselves, and they're like, what? 900 elo is low elo? Yeah, you know, 275 is kind of low compared to the average player. But let's be real. Red is actually a solid player. So is blue. But the thing is that people who play ranked are just really freaking solid at the game. Like, I would argue that if you're 300 elo right now in 2024, you're still better than like 98% of anyone who plays this game. Because most people play single player or lobbies. It's actually... it's impressively good. We had 500 elo earlier make a bunch of elephants. That can't be true, lol. Of 98% of people who've ever played this game, it's absolutely true. 98% of people who've ever played this game probably haven't gone over 30 villagers in a game before. Or even like play like 1v1s against human, you know? But maybe I'm exaggerating. Okay, so red fixed the farms, but then added more farms. Ooh, is red going to chop that tree? Because that tree is blocking the plan. Red just casually has 1,600 stone in the bank. So when red makes it to Castle Age, red should be able to drop a lot of castles. Blue's economy is... I mean, there's not near as many workers, but... Uh-oh. I'm worried for red. Blue is getting slacked to privileges. And that makes the knights cheap. And usually that's followed up by a night rush. You would assume that that's what blue would be thinking about. But again, just because you're getting the tech doesn't mean the units are going to be produced now. This would be a great scenario for knights to rush down red. Because red isn't ready yet. Blue's probably thinking, I'm Castle Age so much faster than this fool. This is going to be the easiest game ever. I'm gonna go to T90's business email where it says for business inquiries only. And I'm going to send this game. And I'm going to look so good. And he's definitely going to read it. Because it's not like there's a game submissions area in his Discord or anything to submit the games instead. It's funny the amount of people who say, like, something along the lines of, I know this email is just for business inquiries, T90, but this game is serious business. Like, I would say, like, 10% of the emails I get with games, people try and incorporate it into somehow being business. They're like, your business is Age of Empires, so this is business. You know, it's funny. We will cast one from game submissions. Oh my god, look at red! Castle! 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 And now spamming the upgrades. If you let this guy cook, he is going to destroy you. Red is like a madman in production. 3 castles along the front. I bet you we're going to see... we're probably going to see ballistics and murder holes and whatnot from the university too. But blue is just going to waltz through. Blue's going to try and snag a relic right now. And blue does actually have army. So he didn't make knights. He's going to save the cheap knights for later. But old timer the gray has some Olbuk right now. And he's just going to yoink this relic back home. Relics would be really helpful later on. Also noticing a lot of the relics seem really close to the players. Like right between the players, right? Blue has 2 right next to the castle. Red definitely got the short end of the stick when it comes to relics. This castle completes. This castle will complete. This monk might not make it home. Okay, he's moving now. He's probably fine. You could tell red told the same group of villagers to build everything here. So I think they go castle, 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 monastery, university, stone. Just passing. Is red gonna see this and notice this? Oh, we have Tarkans. Tarkan's on the way. Is he gonna go snipe the monk? Nah, he's gonna have to chase it down. That's gonna be too tough. Oh, oh, oh. Here they go. Into the darkness, looking for the monk. He definitely noticed. Oh, and he just missed it. He just missed it. Okay. Nice job from blue. To get the far relic first is really smart. So, 65 vills. 65 vills. 3 castles to produce Tarkans. Red is no joke right now. Blue is on the way to Imp, but blue cannot compare to red's economy. Even with the full works. And again, there's only 2 full works with farms around it. Uh-oh. Blue's got this relic as well. Does red know about that? Red probably knows about all of them. Is red actually going to attack with these? So, funnily enough, I have another game for you guys today. It's one of the games from submissions in Discord. Where someone uses Tarkans in a really unique way. Now, I complain about this unit because it used to have the most classic of noises. It used to have a thump. But actually, even though I still maintain there should be a thump, and I don't know what on earth they're doing with no thump. The Tarkans being silent actually helps with raids, because they may hear the attack noise, but they won't hear their base getting slaughtered because there's just zero noise. There's actually a really sneaky thing about those Tarkans. Can't you just run a mod that adds the thump again? Yes, I can, but they deserve to have a thump. You don't get the point. Yes, I can download a mod with anything, but they should have a thump. That's the point. I shouldn't have to add a mod. It should have a thump. Okay, we continue on. Sorry. So still lots of Castle Age upgrades here from Red. Full blacksmith upgrades. These Tarkans are fully upgraded in Castle Age. And what's Blue's plan? Blue did get Slakta, but Blue's just made some Olbuk here. So, I mean, Blue's going to get all the relics, though. Blue's going to have great long-term position. Hull's also, like, you don't spend a lot of gold on your army. So if you have the relics, and you get to imp spamming your own cav, I think they can compete with the Huns. And Blue has definitely closed the gap in terms of resources collected. Red had some efficiency issues with the Vills that was now fixed with the lumber camp. Still really bothers me there's not another farm here, but the tree is in the way. Red gets the notification that Blue is an imp. Red has played 1,400 games. I'm so curious on what Red does, because it would not surprise me if Red does this every single game. But when is the attack, Red? Is it now? Is it a sneaky Tarkan attack? This makes me so happy. He's thinking about it. What does he know? He knows about the castle. Now, the Olbuk would be there, but the Olbuk would die. Like, Blue doesn't have enough army to deal with this many Tarkans. Tarkans only have 8 base attack, but they do, like, crazy bonus damage versus buildings. And they would shred the castle pretty quickly. You would assume that Blue would panic and that Blue would, like, make some units, but I don't know if it'd be fast enough. Especially as Red is now queuing up even more Tarkans here. 45 seconds of TC idle time? I am so impressed. He's still under a minute. Blue's, like, added more TCs and all this stuff. But Red just keeps pumping from 1 TC and is playing like a god. Now, Blue is starting to add farms from the full works. So, Blue's eco is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And the scout from Red, that is the first blood in this game. The scout was sent in to see what the enemy had. That was intentional. If Red was looking, which I assume Red was, Red could look and say, he only has 6 hammer boys. But he might not know how good the Olbuk are. They do shred armor, but they don't shred that much armor. We've got 24 farms. We've got 15 on gold. 4 castles. Red's dropped another castle down here to collect that stone as well. Is anyone else really anxious because Blue isn't making any army right now? The thing is, Blue doesn't know what's out there. We do. But, like, come on, Blue. Come on, man. Make some stables. Like, when Blue gets going, Blue's going to be in an amazing position because the units are so cheap. But does Blue know that it might be now or never? Maybe it's reached the point now for Red, though, where Red just waits. And Red says, I want to go imp. Oh my god, Red just queued up 10 more Tarkans. Here come the Vills to go finish this castle. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, there's the stables from Blue, who's got 5 relics, has lots of farms around the full works with the poles, has 3,000 food. Blue can easily get up to the cav number to match the Tarkans. Easily. Oh, we have Winged Hussar now. We have Legatic Legacy, which adds the trample damage for the Hussars. Come on, Red. This is it. This is your moment. How many Tarkans are you waiting for? What's the number? 60? Wait, 60 is the most that you can group up in one group, right? I think this is intentional from Red. This is this 4x4 guy. Or, sorry, the 10x4 guy. Yeah! Nice, perfect number. Here we go. Red is prepared. Where are you going, pal? Get in the group. All right. So they're here to protect the castle builders. All right, they're ready to go. Blue is making a treb. And blue has one winged hussar. Is that the starting scout? I think that's the starting scout. I don't think blue actually made that. And now red is imping. So we make all that army to wait for imp now. Well, okay. I guess you could have reversed the order. You could have gone imp and then made the army. But this is just in case you get attacked, you have some defense. Blue is getting fortified wall. Doesn't have any walls. And the base is wide open, but still, we'll see what happens. And oh boy, blue's getting blast furnace. And blue is massing hussars. We are about to see a lot of units on the field. Red is making more Tarkans. If red can get elite Tarkan, that's the biggest change here. Like, going from regular Tarkan to elite Tarkan is a bigger jump than a lot of other units. You go from 120 HP, I think, to is it 180? And then it's 10 attack. Or sorry, 8 attack up to 11 attack. And then you also get more armor, I believe, too. So it's a pretty big jump compared to, you know, some other units. Maybe it's more or less the same. I don't know. He stopped at 80 vills, and this is a player who always was producing vills. I cannot wait. Like, who now is now very curious on what red does in other games. I have to know. There's so many things here that are so specific that I think he does this every single time. Oh, he's about to make 81 Tarkans. Ruined. Oh, he's got one more in queue. Ah, ruined. I would die if he deletes one. But he could just delete it in battle. Okay, he just sold stone. He just sold food. So he wants more gold. And now he's going to make trebs out of each castle. Oh, I like a player who takes thou shalt not trickle treb very seriously. Man, having ballistics and bodkin with this many castles spread out is really helpful for raids. Chemistry would help there too, of course. Still need to see imp upgrades. I just love this. Like, they neither of them have any clue what the opponent is doing, and they're gonna find out right when the fight begins, right? Like, there was one instance where red sacrificed his scout to see what his opponent was up to, but... So winged hussar, 9 base attack, 100 HP. Tarkan, 120 HP, 8 base attack. Tarkans would have more armor if armor was actually researched. Oh, big moment. And so it begins. And so it begins. I'm worried for red, because red doesn't have the upgrades, but red will have 100 Tarkans. And red doesn't even attack the vills. Red attacks the castle foundation. There's no noise when the units attack. Which is just... I'm gonna shut up. It doesn't bother me. It's fine. But blue definitely noticed that. Blue, you better queue up your stables, bud. You better queue up some units and get ready for this, because it's about to go down. It's about to be 100 Tarkans. And they are prepared. They are silent, but they are deadly. And I guess they will be just Castle Age Tarkans, because red is going for the numbers approach. Oh, man. Here we go. Here we go. Red's gonna... Red's got full commitment here to the Tarkans. How will this go? Now, the Yolbuk, 100 HP, lots of attack. They also shred armor. I think, like, Blue's army comp is pretty good here. But Red's got so many more units. Red's got double the units. So he's got his group of Tarkans that'll fight the Hussars. And then he's bringing in his Trebs, and he's going to take out Blue's only castle. And it's Tarkans galore here. It's 275 elo against 350. So the big underdog here, Red, is going to town. And he's winning the fight, I think. Actually, I think he's losing really bad. Because he had so much more army, and now it's even. Blue is spamming a lot more. It's pretty close. Blue lost the castle, which is rough for him. Remember that Blue's units don't cost gold. Blue does have the trample damage. He also shreds the armor, but he guess he can't make more Obuk. All the momentum is with Red, but I think the fights are more costly for him. Definitely feels like the Blue's units are way better. Oh, they're way better. It's not even close, it feels like, but Red's got more. He's going to take the relics. He could maybe take the castle as well. Oh, no. Red. Okay, he took down the monastery. But, guys, the Winged Hussars actually have better stats than the Castle Age Tarkans right now. Which is the sad fact. They're doing more damage. They have the trample effect as well. And Blue is going to hold. It's 100 pop for both. He's going to lose his castle. But he's got more units in queue. And poor Red doesn't have the relics. Can't push any longer. And Red resigns. I'm sure to go back and try the same thing over again. Oh, man. The sad thing is, I mean, it's still a close game right now, right? It's still a really close game. The sad thing is, Blue would probably win, so I don't think it's an early GG for Red. Red does not have the resources to make more Tarkans. And, like, if you look at the value destroyed, Blue, his value destroyed is 6k higher. Like, that basically means that the units that Red produced were more expensive. And Red fought with Castle Age units against Imp units. If it's Elite Tarkan, that could have been the difference. I'm not even sure about the Blacksmith upgrades, but certainly Elite Tarkan for more HP could have done it there. So, a little disappointing there. I think a lot of people were rooting for Red. But the good news is, we now get to investigate him. I need to find out if that's what Red does every single game. Are you guys down? He's a solid player, man. Like, his res collected was solid. This is just one TC. I think he goes Tarkans every single time. I think he probably would have got Elite Tarkan if he wouldn't have been attacked. But when Blue attacked him, he was like, hold up, we need to fight now. And he either forgot or he didn't think he had the time. Let's see. Okay, so this is investigation purposes only. So let's go like 4 times speed. It looks like they started with the barracks here on Mega Random. And it was Enough Drop was this person's name. And the elo I'll remove because it's actually at the bottom right because it's a recorded game. So, wow, so Blue's elo was 400. And then Red's elo was 250 at this time. So, a bigger gap than we just saw. I'm very curious on... because he had one mining camp between stone and gold last time, and he can't do that this time. Unless he builds a mining camp like here. That would be really inefficient. And it is 10 here, guys. So he has these themes of 10. He goes 10 on berries. Remember him building a mill for a boar in the last game. Okay, there's 10. Let's see if he does 10 on wood now. He's got straggler trees for now. He's up to 6. He's up to 7. Does he go up to 10 and then build a lumber camp finally? Okay, this group of 10. Oh, God, he's missing the sheep. That's so unlucky. Okay, what's he at with wood? Okay, he's up to 11. Wait! He sent the 11th to gold. And so he's got 10 on wood. And now they go to the lumber camp. He's doing it again. 10 by 10 by 10 by 10. Sick. He also, his scout got attacked a little bit. Meanwhile, Blue is like being all normal, which I guess is fine. Okay. Poor Blue. He's like, T90 cast in my game and I'm not even excited because I'm just such a fanboy of red. Oh, no. He did 10 total mining. He did 5 on stone, 5 on gold. That's what it was. But we called it 10 because it was on the same mining camp. Yeah, and then he does his box farms. Guys, what else did he do? What else comes to mind? He also, like, spread his buildings out, like, 5 tiles in between each when he went to the next stage. So it was, like, stable, blacksmith, market, all in a big circle. Almost like he wants it for vision later on. He started with the barracks here. All right, there's the farms. He does have more than 10 on wood. But this is still very similar. All right. Meanwhile, Blue is walling. Man, Red does such a sick job producing vills. This is crazy. This guy missed 4 sheep. He's a maniac. He's actually so good. If he just, like, got Elite Tarkan in the previous game, he would have won. What's up, Toasted? Welcome. He says, hello, T90, longtime stalker here. How's it going? I use your YouTube as a podcast. You mean longtime viewer? Stalker's a little weird, but welcome. Blue's gonna try and steal the sheep. You freaking scoundrel. Blue is gonna sheep heist. Red doesn't need your freaking sheep. Oh, yeah, Red gets all the blacksmith techs. Let's see how he spaces his buildings now. See? Same thing. Same thing. Market. Blacksmith. Stable. He also builds it all with, like, a bunch of vills. 10 vills? What's up with the groups of 10? Does anyone remember how many villagers he stopped with last game? Was it, like, 80? I think it was 80. And then he just went full Tarkan, right? Blue's gonna drop a castle with Spanish, which is really good. Made archers with Spanish, which isn't really that good. There's all the text for Red. T90, what are the odds of bots / scripts at this level where it's not actually another human playing? I mean, I know AI is advanced, but I don't think an AI is advanced to play as specific as Red, because Red is a god. I think we've established that Red is a legend already, right? I suppose you could script an AI to maybe stop at like 80 vills and stuff like that. I don't know how specific you can be otherwise. But I'm very curious. Does he not go up to 80 vills again here? Dude, he's already got the plan down. He's got the plan. He goes up to 80 vills and he'll stop and never make another one. And then he's going to drop a crap ton of castles and then he's going to make Tarkans and then we see if it works. That's the game plan. He's at 25 farms, which is I think what he was the previous game, and he stopped. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Guys. Top left corner. Look at the ratios. 25, 10, and 10. So we were speculating on like the 10, 10, 10, 10, the little balancing maneuvers early on. I almost want to go back to the other game and see if that's where he was at. Maybe someone could check the VOD. This is his system. This is his way of balancing the economy. He was at 25, 25, 15, 15 last time? Oh, was he? Okay. Oh my god. Holy castles. Oh. Dude, Red, are you kidding me? Alright. It's castle building time. There's a castle. Here's a castle. I guess these same vills are going to build other castles, just like last game. Okay. Blue is an imp right now, and his conks, and his trebs. So Red's going to lose some of these castles. Here come the Tarkans. All right. Red also queued up imp after the 80th villager. The Tarkan snipe a Treb. That's actually sick. All right. I mean, he's got such a crazy eco compared to blue. Again, though, blue did get the relics. All right. Bombard cannon. Bombard cannon sniped. Tarkans run. Tarkans flee. Castle repaired. Okay. He still needs a lot more Tarkans and imp upgrades, I'd say. Because last game he didn't get elite, right? Nope. No elite Tarkan. He made what? 5 Trebs last time? He's gonna try again. This castle goes up. Blue is completely surrounded. Same upgrades. Wait, red lost 2 vills. And he queues 2 more to get back to 80. That is, again, another example of where he's really paying attention to this. Like, it's one thing if you plan to get to 80 and stop, but realizing you lose 2 vills just to go right back to that number is pretty wild. Okay. That vill is probably going to die as well. We'll see if he goes... He queues 1 more again! He's a madman! That's so funny. He notices another dies. All right. Well, he doesn't have elite Tarkan. He doesn't have imp upgrades for his Tarkans. So same thing as last time. And and blue can't take it. Blue just resigns. Blue says this guy's a smurf. What is this 80-ville smurf? And red won that one. It does kind of feel like a bot. Right? To go back, like the ratios that red shoots for and like the specifics every single freaking time is crazy. But he's played over 1,000 games. I just think it's someone who has their own particular way of playing. You know, maybe a little bit of OCD combined with being a bit of a noob and still liking to play the game. I think, like, it's not the first time I've seen somebody who just has a very specific way of playing the game. Now, this is an interesting point. Someone in chat says there's a 3 millisecond reaction to Q a Vil after it dies. Yo, we should look at that, actually. That could tell us if it's a bot. Is how long does it take for the Vils to get queued right after they die? Okay, so let's look at that real quick. So, it's 80 Vils, right? Vil dies. Vil dies. It doesn't auto queue right away. So, not a bot confirmed. Let's see. So, red had to notice that. And then queue 2 more Vils. Now, let's see the next one. Okay, so there's this guy. Is very clearly wandering out here. I thought he died at one point. I thought this one was right away. Yeah, so Vil dies, and he immediately goes back to queue another. It's just a special player, man. Does he ever get elite Tarkan? Because that was the same thing as the previous game. Like, straight up. Does he ever get elite? Or does he just always forget that upgrade? I don't know. Didn't need it. True. Maybe that's why he didn't get it the time we just watched, because he had won before.